Hello, guys. Anybody in the room? Anybody in the room? Anybody in the room? I'm still waiting.
Power off.
Hello, Mr. Olaren Waju. How's it going? How's it going? Can you hear me? That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. Mr. Olaren Waju, welcome to the training. Welcome to the training, sir. Welcome to the training. I'm still waiting for others to join up. Still waiting for others to join up. Yeah, I said that I will record the class and I would send the link of the training to you guys after today's class, after today's session. So just wait patiently. We are going to kill it. We're going to learn a lot of wonderful things today. A whole lot of wonderful things I will learn today, guys. So just wait patient, okay? Someone else has entered. Yeah. Taufik. Wow, Taufik, you finally made it. Yeah, Taufik, can you hear me? You finally made it. Okay, Nagare couldn't make it. Nagare couldn't make it, but it's fine. I'll record the training for you guys. I'll record the training for you guys. I'll record the training for you guys. Yeah. So today we're introducing technical analysis. We're talking about technical analysis, proper and fundamental analysis. So someone was asking me, Taufik, I think it was you that was asking me a question that you're looking for pairs, right? Taufik, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now, sir.
Yeah, so you're asking me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so you're telling me that you were searching for pairs in Meta 5.
Yes.
Did you download MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because this is MetaTrader 4, right?
Yes, I have both. I have both Meta 4 and Meta 5.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's cool. So, yeah. So, this is where you find pairs in MetaTrader 4. When you're looking for pairs, you go to this place. You go to this is where you go to this particular one with the cross symbol right here. Can you see it? Yeah. Yeah, so that's where you
Sir,
go.
you know me, I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's where you go.
But I okay.
If you want to go to the class, the very first class, the MetaTrader 4 guide showed where to insert pairs, where to insert new pairs.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know, sir.
Except if maybe your network is not working properly, but it should show.
Okay.
It should be able to show the pairs.
Okay.
Yes, it should show all the pairs needed. So
yes, sir.
go through that
sir,
first class. Yeah. That should
yeah. Thank you.
So today I'll be introducing some of the tools that we use to trade here at KPT Forex Academy. This is my chart right here. As you can see, this is my candlestick chart. I use candlestick charts to trade. That some other traders use line charts. This is what line charts look like. Some people use bar charts, but the most profitable charts to trade is the candlestick charts. That's the most profitable to trade. Yeah. So.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So I'll be listing the tools that we use. So some of the tools, you can write it down. Some of the tools we use rectangle tool, number 1. We use vertical line, number 2. And we use text tool, number 3. These are the 3 major tools that we'll be using to trade on the MetaTrader 4 platform. The very first tool, which is a rectangle, where we get it from on the system is we go to insert, go to shapes, click on rectangle, and you can draw your rectangle out. So what we use the rectangle for is for drawing supply and demand zones. That's what we use the rectangle for, supply and demand zones. So you want to draw a supply and demand zone. First of all, you draw it with a rectangle tool. So this is my rectangle right here. I usually like using light colors, like light green color. So I can change my color there. So it changes to light green right here. Let's change to light green. That's the one I like using. So I can place it on my supply and demand zone. And how do I determine supply and demand zones? How I do it is this. This is what I'm going to explain right now. Very, very important aspect of our training today. How I determine supply and demand zones. This is 10th of February, Friday. That was yesterday. Today is Saturday. The market closed yesterday for the week.
Yes.
So this was the last chart that was printed, and you see the market is running currently. So supply and demand zones are drawn at the highest and lowest levels of the price session. And when it comes to price sessions, we use 10 o'clock MetaTrader 4 time as our London open. So you can see right here with this cursor, it's showing me 10 o'clock. You can you see the 10 o'clock marker there?
Yes, I can see it, sir.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. So
Okay.
that is the London open. So we will now go to our vertical line. We'll click on the vertical line and place it right on that London open, right there.
Okay.
So it has demarcated that place as the London open.
Okay,
Then New York open is 15 o'clock MetaTrader 4 time. Can you see the 15 right there? It's 15 down there.
Yes,
so,
I can. Yes,
yeah.
I can see it.
So 15 o'clock MetaTrader 4 time is our empty 4 time. So I will go to my vertical line too and demarcate that. So now what we have here is we have 0 to 10, 10 to 15, and 15 to 0, which is the close, this 24-hour close right here.
Okay.
This is where the market closed at. So when the market opens next week, the candle will start printing from here towards the new week.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, we've demarcated our zones. Okay, someone asked me, sir, is it on, sir, is it on 4 hours time frame? Yeah, there are some traders that draw their supply and demand zones on 4 hours time frame, but most of them are swing traders. I am a day trader, and this is how I've traded profitably. So the best, because you're going to get this better from the H1 time frame. So that's why I use the H1 time frame as my time frame of choice to trade. So you find it on the H1 time frame. That you draw your supply and demand zones only on the H1 time frame. That is the highest probability that you can get. So now that I've demarcated this, I'll call this from 0 to 10 is my Asian zone. From 10 to 15 is my London session. This is a New York open. From New York open to this is my New York session right there. So now what I will do with my rectangle tool, which I use for drawing supply and demand, is I'm going to draw supply and demand zones. And these supply and demand zones are highs and lows of different sessions. If you come to the Asian session, you see that the highest point in the Asian session was somewhere here, and the lowest point was somewhere here. If you come to the London session, you will notice that the highest session was somewhere here, and the lowest session was somewhere here. If you come to the New York session, you see that the highest session was somewhere here, and the lowest session was somewhere here. So what you do now is you go to the London session, because we trade only the London and New York session. We don't trade Asian session. And another New York session is very much you cannot miss it, even if you're in Nigerian, even if you're staying in Nigeria, because it happens during Nigerian daytime. Because currently London open is 9 a.m. and New York open is 2 p.m. So this 10 o'clock right here on MetaTrader 4 is actually 9 a.m. Nigerian time. MetaTrader 4 is currently 1 hour ahead of Nigerian time. So you guys have to take note of that.
Okay.
Yeah. You will not, you have to, if you're using TradingView, you have to set it according to MetaTrader 4 time, because MetaTrader 4 time is always constant. It's always, but sometimes TradingView, if you've not set it, if you're using the free version, or even if you're using the free version, but you have not set the time, it will be giving you a totally different time. Maybe the time of the particular country that is sending that server down to you. But that's why I use MetaTrader 4 for all my trading, because what I've used is very simplistic. It's not complicated for me. Yeah. So your supply and demand zone is the wicks and the highs and the lows of your trading levels. The wicks are the highs and the lows. So what you want to do is you want to draw your supply and demand zones around the wicks, not the bodies. At those highest points, you must find out the wicks. So now, what is the wick here? The wick is this place that does not, this is the body. From here to here is the wick. So I will go,
Yes.
I will go use my rectangle tool and cover the whole of that place and draw it from the left to the right. Right there.
Okay.
On the left to the right. So this now here is London high. This is the highest point in London. So after knowing this, that's when I will go to my text tool. Remember my text tool that I talked about? I'll go to my
Yes.
text tool, click on it,
Okay, sir.
paste here, then I'll write that tool. I'll call that place the London high. That's the London high right there. That's too small, so I will increase my font size, maybe 12. I think 12 should be okay. Yeah, so that's going to be the London high right there. So why is this called the London high? It means that because a high is where sellers are. It's sellers that bring price down, it's buyers that brings price up. So you know that in this market, we have big banks, JP Morgan Chase, Barclays Bank. These banks are moving trillions of dollars on a daily basis. They are the market makers, the liquidity providers in the market. So what we are doing when we are trading is trying to track their movements. So in tracking their movements, we are going to draw highs and lows according to where they have printed price. All these things is banks. These are banks printing. We are retail traders. Highest, we are moving millions. Even if you're moving billions in the market, you cannot beat these guys. They are moving trillions on a daily basis in the market. Currently, the daily market cap, the daily volume rather of the market is $7 trillion on a daily basis is moved. With your million, even if you have $1 million account, you cannot beat the market. All you can do is follow their footprint to trade. That's all you can do to trade. You have to follow the footprint of the market. So that's why I have my London high here, because this is where the London banks, the biggest bank in London is Barclays. So I'm assuming, I would also say Barclays Bank moved to the markets down from here. So that shows that there are a huge number of sellers at that level. So what I'm going to do right now is it's going to blow your mind. I'm going to go to New York session. I'll go to New York session to see what the market did there. So in New York session, what I'm looking for in New York session, I'm looking for entries. And my entries are just candlestick entries. I use candlestick entries to enter trades. So in New York session, we had the market moving, created some movement right here. Then we had a pin bar right here. So this is gold. This is gold. We are looking at gold currently. So I'll place my sell. Immediately I had this pin bar, I placed my sell. I placed my sell at the close of that pin bar. Immediately I place my sell, place my stop loss 5 pips above the high of that candle. So that the whole candle is about 12 pips from the close. So that'll be like 17 pips stop loss, which will be somewhere around there. At the 1868.73 level, that's where our stop loss was. So I can use a rectangle tool. I'll paint it red because red stands for stop loss, because it's a loss. So, because I have to cap my risk. So my stop loss is somewhere around there. So that was my entry. I sold. You can see the market went quite close to our stop loss, but it didn't stop us out. In fact, it even gave us another chance for entry, but we have already, because this is another pin bar right here. If I use my ellipsis tool, you will see that pin bar that formed there. Can you see the pin bar now?
Yes, I can see it, sir. Yeah,
Yes.
that's remember.
Yes, there was a pin bar that formed there, right there. So that was the second entry. So let's say maybe you missed this first entry, he gave you a second entry, so you can enter the trade again, and it will still go down in profit. So once I've done this, I place my take profit. My take profit is always 1:3. So like that'll be like 51 pips. 17 times 3, if I bring out my calculator, 17 pips times 3, because take profit should be multiple times of your stop loss for you to stay profitable. Yes. So what you're doing is
So I think that's 1:3:1, but
yes.
okay.
Yes. So you have 51 pips right there. Then you go to insert. Let me get my take profit. I like to use green color for my take profit. So change the color to green. Change the color to green. That will be like 51 pips. So you can see it hit my take profit and even went down even further.
Yes.
So it hit my take profit and went down even further. One thing I do sometimes is maybe I would take out some profits here, maybe 60% of my profit, and leave the rest to run.
Okay.
Are you feeling me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so I can leave the rest to run and close it. I can trail my stop loss. Every new high that is formed, I can trail my stop loss. So it will maybe stop me out somewhere around here in profit. If I'm using trailing, I can maybe say, let me take it to 1:6. Let's check what will happen if you take it to 1:6. 1:6 is going to be 17 times 6. So let me get my calculator. 17 times 6. That would be 102 pips. So
Okay.
let's see what 102 pips will give us there. What that will look like. 102 pips. Oh wow, it hits 102 pips. There is went even down to 106 pips. So it would have hit our 1:6 right there. So very wonderful opportunity right there. But the one I stick to, 1:3, at least close. If you want to use this method, try to close at least 60% of your profit at 1:3, because 1:3 is the highest win rate you will get. If you increase, the more you increase your reward, the lower your win rates.
Okay.
So 1:3 is enough. Yeah. So yeah. So that's it. That's how we trade. So I told you guys technical analysis is different from fundamental analysis. Technical analysis are using really the charts. Then when it comes to fundamental analysis, what we do with fundamental analysis is a totally different thing. I don't use fundamental analysis personally in my trading, but I teach it to those that might be interested in learning what fundamental analysis is all about. And what I've learned, what I've practiced before in fundamental analysis, because fundamental analysis is all about news. We are trading in different news that are coming out in the Forex market. So you can have up to 100 news coming out in a day, but there are specific amount of news that you can trade, which are called the highest volatility news. So I'll look at those news now. I'll look at those news now. So for the site I use for news, you can take note, you can write it on a sheet of paper, forexfactory.com. forexfactory.com. That's the site I use for my fundamentals. When I'm looking at fundamentals. forexfactory.com. Can take note of it because it's one of the best sites. We also have FX Street. We also have investing.com. These are the three major platforms that you get news from in the Forex market. forexfactory.com, FX Street, investing.com. We also have Forex Live as well.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yes. So,
sir, please, I want to ask you, which one is your favorite one that you normally use among this one that you listed now?
Forex Factory, forexfactory.com. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I'm currently waiting for it to load so that Olarenwaju, you have a question. Please ask. Please ask. Please ask. Okay, he said, Olarenwaju said, sir, when the news is coming, how do we place a trade before the news? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to talk about right here. So,
okay. Okay, sir.
We have our Forex Factory site right here, guys. So what I do on Forex Factory, I will go to filter. I'll look for my filter. I'll first go to calendar. I'll go to calendar first of all. On the Forex Factory site, I'll go to calendar. So on the calendar, you're going to see different types of news. Today is February. This is last week news, so I will change it to. I will change the date. Let's look at the news for next week. So from next week to the end of next week. That's 12th to 18th. Let's look at that. Okay, so we already have the news for next week on our chart already from February 12th to 18th. So Monday is when the market will open for sure, but actually market actually opens like around, okay, I think from next week, London session will change to 8 a.m. from 9 a.m. because of daylight savings. So if you can note that down, I'll make the announcement on my status too, because daylight savings happens from November to February first week.
Okay, sir.
And daylight savings is the time. So what happens in daylight savings to us forex traders is that London session will be 9 a.m. and New York session will be, that's New York open will be 2 p.m. But from Monday, London session is 8 a.m. New York session, it starts from 1 p.m. So this is prior information that I'm giving especially to you guys. So I'll still make the announcement, but just take note of it. So Sunday, the market will open. That's
Okay, sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. The market will open tomorrow by 10 p.m. 10 p.m. tomorrow. So these are the news that will come out throughout the week. So what I want to do now is I want to filter the news to show you the most important news that we can trade in the market. So I'll go to my filter now. It's right here. It's always on the site. So I'll go to my filter. I'll go to my filter because what I want to do on my filter right here is, I don't know why my filter is not coming on. What's the problem? Let me try refreshing the site so that I can get my filter. Because my filter right now is what is going to, if I place my filter, it's going to remove all the yellow and the gold news. Then you will see the high impact news. Because we have three types of news in the Forex market. We have the high impact news. Oh, wow. Are you guys with me?